Hello students, good morning. Today we will do the topic modulus and conjugate of complex numbers. So let us do the topic modulus. Modulus of a complex number. What do you mean by modulus of complex number? Modulus of complex number, it is denoted by Z mod, like Z mod. Let Z is equal to A plus iota B. Then the modulus of this Z, it is equal to square root of A square plus B square. So you have to remember that modulus of any complex number, this is the formula. This is the formula to find a modulus of a complex number. Right? It is very easy. Let us take one example. Let Z is equal to 2 plus 3 iota. So when you find the modulus of this function, this complex number, it is equal to, according to this formula, this becomes a 2 square plus 3 square, right? So this becomes a root 13. So this is the modulus of the complex number, right? Let us take one more example. Let Z is equal to 1 minus 2 iota, right? So its modulus is square root of 1 square plus minus 2 ka square, right? So its answer is root 5. So this is the right answer, that is modulus of complex number, right? So this is the formula to find modulus of complex number. Now we are doing properties. So let us do the properties of modulus. Properties of modulus. Properties. First property is Z1 into Z2. There are two complex numbers Z1 and Z2. The modulus of the multiplication of two complex numbers, it is equal to mod of Z2 into modulus of Z1. Modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2 means Z1 into Z2 ka mod is equal to Z1 mod into Z2 mod. So this is the first property. Similarly, second property is Z1 over Z2 whole modulus, that is equal to modulus of Z1 over modulus of Z2, where provided Z2 is not equal to 0. So these are the properties of modulus. Modulus of a complex number, it is denoted by mod Z, and the first property is modulus of Z1 into Z2, it is equal to modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2. And second property is modulus of Z1 over Z2, it is equal to Z1 mod over Z2 mod, provided Z2 is not equal to 0, right? Now Next topic is conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of a complex number. This is conjugate. The name is conjugate of a complex number. It is denoted by Z bar. This is called conjugate of a complex number. So let Z is equal to A plus iota B. Then the conjugate of this complex number is A minus iota B. Means you have to change the sign of imaginary part, right? Here it is plus iota B, and when you find the conjugate you write here minus. If it is plus then it is minus. If sign minus changes to plus and plus changes to minus, but real part remains same, right? For example, let Z is equal to, first example, 1 plus 3 iota. This is the complex number. Whenever you find the conjugate of this complex number, its value is 1 minus 3 iota. I am changing this plus to minus. So this is the conjugate of a complex number. Similarly, I am taking another example. Let Z is equal to root 2 minus 4 iota. Right? So whenever you find the conjugate of this complex number, so its answer is root 2 minus changes to plus 4 iota. Right? I am taking another example. Z is equal to minus 3 plus 2 iota. So whenever you find this conjugate, its answer is minus 3 remains the same, and you have to change the sign of imaginary part. So this becomes a minus of 2 iota, right? So this is the conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of a complex number. It is denoted by Z bar, right? Now we are doing some properties. Properties of complex numbers. Conjugate of a complex numbers. So first property is, let Z1 and Z2 are two complex numbers. So we have to write properties now. First property is Z1 into Z2 whole bar, means the conjugate of Z1 into Z2, that is always equal to Z1 conjugate into Z2 the conjugate, right? Second, Z1 over Z2 whole conjugate, whole bar, that is always equal to Z1 bar over Z2 bar, means provided Z2 is not equal to 0. This is the second property of this conjugate. Third property is Z1 plus Z2 whole bar. It is equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. Means in addition, if you want to write this, split this, you will have Z1 plus Z2 whole conjugate is equal to Z1 conjugate plus Z2 conjugate. Similarly, for negative sign, Z1 minus Z2 whole conjugate, it is equal to Z1 conjugate minus Z2 conjugate. Right? So these are the properties of conjugate. Now there is very important property. This one is if I multiply any complex number to its conjugate, right, its value is modulus of z square. You have to remember this result because this result is most important. So let us prove it. Let z is equal to a plus iota b, right, and its conjugate is a minus iota b. So whenever we find z into z bar, it is equal to a plus iota b into a minus iota b. So when you use the identity here, you will get a square minus iota b square. So when the result is a square plus b square, right? So what is this a square plus b square? This is the value of z mod square, right? So this is most important property of this conjugate, right? Conjugate and modulus. So this is about conjugate of a complex number. Clear? Okay students, next topic is argand plane and polar representation. Argand plane and polar representation. First of all we discuss this argand plane, right? argand plane क्या होता है? argand plane, right? Any complex number z, any complex number z is equal to a plus iota b, it corresponds to an ordered pair. It corresponds to an ordered pair a comma b. As we have a is abscissa and b is ordinate. Whenever you represent this complex number in argand plane means xy plane, right? Let this is x axis, this is y axis, this is negative y axis, this is negative x axis, this is the origin, right? Now this a comma b, as you know, you can plot this point in xy plane. Same it is this plane, xy plane, that is called argand plane, right? Coordinate system, that is xy plane. So let this is the point, p point, this is abscissa is a and ordinate is b. So when this point, p point, you can see this a comma b, this complex number corresponds to an ordered pair. So this representation is in argand plane, right? If a and b both are positive, then it lies in this first quadrant. This is called first quadrant, right? If a is negative and b is positive, then it is in a second quadrant. If a is negative and b is also negative, then this complex number lies in third quadrant. It lies in third quadrant. If x positive, y negative, then it lies in fourth quadrant. So you should know, if both a and b are positive, so you can represent this complex number. If both are positive, it represents in first quadrant. If A is negative and B is positive, then it lies in second quadrant. If A and B both are negative, then it is in a third quadrant. If A is positive, B is negative, then this lies in fourth quadrant. Right? Now, after this, before solving this, before understanding this polar representation, we should know about the argument of a complex number. Right? Already we have done modulus of a complex number, conjugate of a complex number. Now we are doing argument of a complex number. So, what is argument of a complex number? Argument means, its another name is amplitude. So, let us do this. Let us understand what is argument. Argument or amplitude. This is also called amplitude of a complex number. Argument means it is an angle through which this complex number rotate. Means ये जो argument है, ये उस complex number की direction बताता है. जो modulus है वो complex number की magnitude बताता है, and this argument or amplitude, it gives the direction of that complex number in xy plane. Right? So, argument of a complex number, it is represented as ARGZ or AMP, amplitude, AMP of Z. Right? To understand this topic, first of all, let us draw this xy plane. Right? This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Right? This is negative y-axis, this is negative x-axis. This is the origin O. Now, let us represent Z is equal to A plus iota B in argand plane. So, if both A and B are positive, it lies in first quadrant. So, let us take this point P. This is A comma B. Right? When you join this to origin, this origin, its coordinates are 0, 0. Right? So, means what is the argument? Argument is an angle which makes with this OP with the positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Right? This is the meaning of argument. So this theta is called argument actually. OP जो कि पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस के साथ एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में जितना एंगल बनाता है, that is called argument of a complex number. Right? And when in 10th class you have a distance formula, you know it. What is the distance formula? Distance formula is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. This is the distance between 2 points. Right? So you have studied in 10th class this formula. So we can apply this formula. When we apply this formula, the distance between O and P, it is a square plus b square, square root of a square plus b square. Now as you know this is modulus, so you can write this as modulus of z. What is z? A plus iota b, and this is represented by small r. So this r is equal to modulus of z, and its value is square root of a square plus b square, right? So this is called modulus. And what is the amplitude or argument? Argument of a complex number, it gives the direction, means it is an angle made by this OP with the positive direction of x-axis in anti-clockwise direction, right? But we have a principal argument. Principal argument. We have a principal argument. What is principal argument? Principal argument means it is an angle which is in some restriction. So principal argument, it lies between minus pi to pi, minus pi to pi, right? So you have to remember that the principal argument or principal amplitude, it lies in between minus pi and pi. Pi is included, minus pi is not included. Now there is some confusion that what is pi. This pi, try to understand what is pi. Pi means it is an angle in degree, and its value is 180 degree. So remember this, the value of pi is 180 degree, and so this becomes minus 180 degree less than theta less than or equal to 180 degree. What does it mean? It means जो भी आर्ग्यूमेंट है वो हमेशा माइनस 180 डिग्री से बड़ा और 180 डिग्री से छोटा होता है। मीन्स जो एंगल है, जो एम्पलीट्यूड है, जो आर्गुमेंट है, वो हमेशा इसी एंगल में लाई करेगा, राइट? नाउ one more confusion in your mind, that why this is minus. This negative sign represents that this angle is in clockwise direction. You should know that in anti-clockwise direction the angle is always positive, and in clockwise direction the angle is negative, right? If angle is in anti-clockwise direction, the angle is positive, considered as positive, but if I rotate it clockwise, then this is negative angle. Like this is a ray, initial ray. When you rotate this ray clockwise, anti-clockwise, sorry. When you rotate this ray to anti-clockwise like this, मैं इस रे को इस तरफ को रोटेट कर रहा हूं, तो ये क्या कौन सा एंटी क्लॉक हुआ ना? एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन में जब मैं किसी रे को रोटेट कर रहा हूं तो वो जो एंगल बनता है वो पॉजिटिव एंगल बनता है, राइट? बट इफ आई रोटेट एन इनिशियल रे clockwise direction like this and like this, right? So this is clockwise direction, this is anti-clockwise direction. So this angle is negative angle, minus theta, right? So I hope you understand why this minus sign, what this minus sign represent, minus sign represents that angle is negative, and this means this is clockwise rotation and this is anti-clockwise rotation. Now see this is theta. Theta means it is anti-clockwise direction, right? So anti-clockwise direction means this is positive angle, right? Now as you know, there are 4 quadrants, right? There are 4 quadrants. So let us explain more terms, that is there are 4 quadrants. 4 quadrants, first quadrant, second quadrant, fourth quadrant, right? So this is x-axis and y-axis, right? So this quadrant, this is called first quadrant. first quadrant का मतलब होता है A भी पॉजिटिव, B भी पॉजिटिव, राइट? एंड फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट जो है वो 0 डिग्री से लेके 90 डिग्री के बिटवीन होता है. इन सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट you know A is negative, B is positive. Its angle lies between 90 and 180. Whenever you rotate this anti-clockwise 0 to 90, this is first quadrant. 90 to 180, this is second quadrant. 180 to 270, this is third quadrant, and 270 to 360 degree, that is fourth quadrant. So these are the quadrants. third ये है fourth, second quadrant, ये third quadrant है, ये है आपके पास fourth quadrant. So one thing is very very important to find the argument of any complex number. First of all, you have to see which quadrant that complex number lies, कि वो complex number कौन से quadrant में lie कर रहा है, right? If it lies in a first quadrant, then you have to remember that the argument of that complex number is equal to, argument is theta. जो theta होगा वही उसका argument होगा. And if it lies in a second quadrant, the angle is pi minus theta. Pi minus theta. Why this is pi minus theta? Because this complex number lies in second quadrant, and in second quadrant pi is this angle, ठीक है? So clockwise minus करेंगे ना इसको, so pi minus theta. And in detail we have done this in detail in third chapter, that is trigonometry, right? But you should know about this argument कि if complex number lies in first quadrant, the argument is theta. If it lies in second quadrant, argument is pi minus theta. If it lies in third quadrant, so the value of argument is minus pi plus theta, right? You have to remember these values. And in fourth quadrant, argument is minus theta, right? The argument is minus theta. So you should know that if any complex number, if you want to find the conjugate of this, argument of a complex number, first of all you check whether that complex number lies in which quadrant, right? If it lies in first quadrant, then this argument of z is equal to theta. थीटा निकालना मैं आपको बताऊंगा, how to find theta. by taking example we can do it, but you should remember this argument of z is equal to theta, right? If it lies in the second quadrant, argument is pi minus theta, and you know the value of pi is 180 degree. Don't confuse it, right? And if it lies in third quadrant, argument of z is minus pi plus theta. If it lies in fourth quadrant, argument is minus theta. So you have to remember this argument, the formula to find arguments, right? And this pi is 180 degree, and you should know that the principal argument lies between minus pi and pi. Otherwise, if I move anti-clockwise direction, this is 0 to 1 rotation, 0 to 360, 0 to 360, right? So we have this principal argument. This principal argument always lying between minus pi and pi. So this is most important topic, argument. And modulus, you know it. This is very easy, right?